words, except that it's what James has done here is just kind of blows you away. I didn't know what to expect. I think there's some pictures online, but I didn't, really research too much because I kind of wanted to, kind of get that feel of just coming in here kind of unknown, and I'm blown away. I think just everything, the way he's displayed everything, it makes me wish I collected more stuff. And also, yeah, I agree with you. Some of this stuff is just before my time, and it's fascinating history to look at. And I've heard the stories. James has got a great display over here on the called shot of Babe Ruth. You hear it, and he's got that broken down on what really happened. But then as you make your way around, I played against Willie McCovey. I think I saw him hit his 500th home run. I think it was in the stadium. Didn't play against Willie Mays or Koufax or usual, but then I started creeping over here, and I'm like, oh wow, I'm in a museum now. and come over here, and I'm like, I was like, yeah, that was a long time ago. You should be in this wall here. So I don't know. I think gratitude is the first thing I think about. I mean, I'm up there on a wall with Schmidt, Boggs, Ryan Sandberg, Robin Young, Kirby, and Ozzie. I just went through the history of me getting called up to the Braves. I didn't know if I was going to be there. I signed with the intent of giving it 5 years. Let me see, and it took me 4. And, but, I didn't know what was going to happen. It wasn't a straight shot to the big leagues. And then, I was just so fortunate, so mostly gratitude that I'm up there on a wall. It's hard to explain. And really, while you're in the middle of it, it's not that you take it for granted, but it's just like, well, you think it's going to go forever. And now I look back and I was like, man, that is a blink of an eye, and it teaches a lot about life. Things nothing lasts forever. It's just enjoy what you can, and I tried to do that while I played, but mostly gratitude, and then really just awe at some of the artifacts and the way they're presented. Really, it really makes baseball is, and I'll say this, truly is America's pastime, and I don't mean it's the most popular sport. Football, I think, if you look by TV ratings, I think 8 of the top 10 most popular TV shows are Super Bowls, something like that. But the emotional connection that people have to the game of baseball does not compare to football or basketball. I've had some of you come up and share your memories, your stories. There's really deep memories that come from sitting there at a baseball game with your grandpa, your dad, your mom, your family, a friend, that just doesn't exist in football. And I think it's because of the pace of the game. It's just different. Joe Posnanski, a great sports writer, said, I can't argue with my friends that call baseball boring, because it is sometimes. But when it's not, it's unbelievable. It's hard to even describe. It just erupts into this thing. But during that other time, you're just sitting there talking and watching, and then it's just a really interesting thing, and it's an interesting sport. But there is something with the history of the game and the connection people have to it, which crosses all demographics. I have more people come up to me that have said, and my grandmother did this too, she invented her own way of keeping score. But of their grandma that in the retirement home would watch you every night and sometimes keep score and sometimes yell at you for striking out. I mean,